Well, Bloomfield's about 1,900 or so people, pretty small farming, rural community, county seat for our area, very mom and pop, everybody knows everybody. Lovely people, just a phenomenal hometown to be from, be around, be a part of, but for the most part pretty slow. We're surrounded by bigger cities, but farming, hunting, fishing, that's pretty much what we do. In 2016, we went to a Lifeway Men's Conference in Nashville, Tennessee, the main event, and my father-in-law actually met TJ Graney there at the event at one of the vendor booths and got to talking to him. We brought it back to our church, and we knew immediately that was the ministry for us. So after we brought it home from Lifeway Men's Conference, we had about 14 guys trained to be leaders, and we kicked the ministry off in the fall of the year. And from that point forward, we just saw men begin to grow. We saw the young men begin to pour into the ministry.
I think KOZ's had a great impact on the young men, and you can just see a difference in their life. I mean, the way they look at things is different, the way they interact with each other is different, but just the difference in their attitude, their demeanor, the way they handle themselves, it's truly made an impact on their lives.
It's made a big impact in my life, and it's brought me closer to God, and I've been able to do stuff I wouldn't be able to do at home.
Really began to take off, really began to change the men of our church is what we saw.
You can tell it in their commitment level, just attending church, their commitment to KOZ and to the Lord.
Before KOZ, I wasn't involved in church. I always worked. I would tend to, on the weekends, find buddies to help do things, maybe work on their vehicles, or a buddy moving, or just find things to stay busy. Once I became part of KOZ, it made me realize the stuff that I was missing doing with my son. And it opened my eyes up and made me realize that I needed to start doing more.
And then March of this past year, we saw that ministry really come out in our community as we hosted our first banquet, our fundraiser. Saw tremendous support from outsiders in our community there that just stepped up and really supported the ministry. Began to pour into the ministry financially and both just locally. Anything that they had, they were willing to give to the ministry and to the Lord, and so we just saw that take off.
The percentage of people from our church was probably fairly small that came to the banquet, primarily because we started selling tickets outside of the church first, and because we wanted to reach out to the community. And the community came together and supported it, and it was just a huge success. It was really heart-touching to see what KOZ really meant to them.
We went last fall on a camp out, and that was our first experience with KOZ, and I fell in love with the program. It's an amazing program for the boys to take them out, spend time in the outdoors, get to hunt, fish, shoot guns. I'm owner of Lemonade House Grill in Dexter, Missouri. And Bryce Hill, one of the KOZ members, approached me about selling a dry rub in our restaurant to help support the ministry. And I told him that would be fine. And we got to talking, and he wondered if maybe we could use it as a seasoning on some burgers so people could taste the dry rub and maybe help sales out. So we just kind of got to snowballing, and I got the idea to do a burger called the KOZ burger, and then we donate 25% of the sales of that burger and the burger combo back to the ministry itself.
When you're lined up on the target, I'll take the safety off. Are you lined up? Okay, anytime you're ready. Did you get it?
When I was growing up, my dad was always there for me. He's still always there for me. I made so many poor choices as a young kid, and my dad was always there for me. I can't imagine trying to go through life without having that rock, that someone there that is there. And so when some of these kids come to us and their home life is not ideal, at KOZ we try to tell them, we try to work with them and let them know that we are there for them and that they can count on us.
KOZ helps me because it shows that people do care what happens to kids that don't have a father figure. It shows that you could be someone from anywhere and not have a dad, but people do care and they want to make you seem like they want you to feel like you have someone to look up to, like a father figure, and be able to succeed in life.
KOZ helps me because my dad's not home a lot, and it helps me go out and talk to people with other men and people that I can talk to about anything.
I think KOZ is really cool because we get to do all kinds of cool things such as hunting, fishing, and camping, and also shoot guns and go dove hunting and turkey hunting.
As a pastor, I think that you should invest in KOZ because not only is it bringing together men and young men, but it's crossing the generational gap. It's closing in on the element of outdoors. It's bringing all of that back together, teaching us how to get back to our roots of how we were as men, how we should be as men. And I think investing in that ministry alone is a lifetime investment. You're going to touch lives of young men that you may not ever see, and all across the nation, even into other countries now. And so we're just excited to be a part of it, and our church will stand behind it no matter what. And so we love it with all of our heart.
My name is Bryce Hill.
My name is Trenton.
My name is Derek.
My name is Ashton.
My name is Skylar.
I'm Blake Brown.
I'm Daniel, and I am KOZ.
And I am KOZ.
I am KOZ.
And I am KOZ.
And I am KOZ.
And I am KOZ.
We are KOZ!